Okay. I want you to treat me as a pupil at the partly trained stage. I have had all my lessons with another instructor, so I've never met you before, yeah?
Righto.
But he has got the same car as you, so I am familiar with the controls of the car.
Yes.
He said today he was going to show me how to reverse around the corner either to the left or to the right.
Right, yes.
Yeah?
Yep.
So what level am I?
You're partly trained.
And the subject?
Reverse around the corner, either to the left or to the right.
Yeah, and for this phase you can call me Tony, yeah?
Okay, lovely.
So you okay to go on the roll?
I am.
Right.
Hello, Tony. My name's Andy.
Hello, Andy.
Very
How are
good
you,
to
right?
meet you. Yeah, I spoke to your trainer, your user instructor
Yeah.
last night, and he asked if we could have a practice of reverse around a corner, either to the left or to the right.
No, I've never done it.
You haven't done it before?
No.
I should have asked you if you've done it before. So, have you done any reverse?
Just let it roll a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a partly trained subject, yeah?
Yeah.
I normally wouldn't have done it before, yeah?
Right.
Yeah?
Yes, I should have asked.
So it's not a practice. You're going to show me how to do it.
Oh, I'm going to show you how to
Yeah.
do it. Oh, I see, yeah.
Okay, back in roll.
Okay, Tony. Have you done any reversing before?
We've done a bit of straight line reversing last week.
And when you were doing your straight line reversing, did you have a reference point in the back window when you were looking?
Oh, I did, yeah. I picked up one, yeah.
Yeah. Where
Um,
was that?
to keep me a certain distance from the curb.
Great stuff. And also, when you were doing that reversing, how were you controlling your speed?
Coordinating all them pedals with great difficulty.
Right, yeah, that is difficult. Well, we can, I'll show you, how to do that today.
Yeah.
So, if you'd like to set yourself up as normal.
Yeah, all done.
Great stuff. So, can you tell me what you can see in the middle mirror?
I can see the top of the back window, the bottom of the back window. I can see a bit of my head restraint, a bit of my left ear, and a bit of your head restraint.
And the right door mirror?
I can see about 2 finger width to the car,
Yeah.
sky, horizon and the road.
And the left door mirror, please, Tony.
Pretty much the same.
Great stuff. Okay, Tony. So when you're ready, we'll go to a practice area. We'll go to a training area.
I'm going to move off and turn next on the right.
And we'll move off. I'm going to turn next on the right, Tony. Okay, Tony. We did jump forward a bit there. So when you're using the clutch to move off, and when you use the clutch, if you bring the clutch up to just a biting point, and keep your feet still, and left here, please, Tony, and then keep your feet still and then when you've moved about 1.5 car lengths. Okay, so I know you're shuffling the steering, so I'll show you an easier way. So what you can do is,
when I move 1.5 car lengths, what?
When you've got to 1.5 car lengths, then you can bring the clutch right up.
Turning left.
Turn left, please, Tony. So what you're going to do with the clutch?
Bring it up to biting point.
That's right.
And then keep it still.
Yes, very good. And then, so I know you're shuffling the steering wheel, Tony. What you can do is, if you bring your, if you turn left to right, if you bring
Turning left.
and turn left, please, Tony. So if you bring your left hand up to the top of the steering wheel, that's right. Left hand to the top,
Yep.
and then you pull down with the left, and then if you need any more steering, you push up with the right, and then when we make the turn, you feed it back, but just do the reverse of what you've just done.
Reverse of what I've done.
It's better.
Didn't quite understand that, the reverse of what I've done.
So when you straighten up, you bring then the right hand up and straighten up. You feed
That's
it
after
through.
a right hand turn and a left hand turn.
Sorry, no. If you do a left hand turn, it's the right hand up to straighten up.
Oh.
And if you do a right hand turn, right hand at the top, pull down, push up with the right, and then to straighten up, left hand at the top and feed it back. Very good with the clutch there, Tony. Get your feet still as we moved off. I think you've got the hang of the clutch there. Would you like me to hand responsibility over to you for that?
Yeah, I think I've got it.
I think your clutch control is very good there.
And turning left.
And turning left, please, Tony. Good observations. So when we turn left here, which hand are you going to bring to the top? That's good. So, when do you think we might use a reverse, you know, up to the left or to the right round a corner? Any ideas?
I've heard rumours that
Yeah.
it comes up in your driving test.
That's right. That's one of the places. But also, you might use it if the road ahead was blocked for some reason, and you needed to turn round, go back again.
Oh, right.
You could reverse in a road either on the left, and then come out and go back, or if you're driving to a dead end road, you need to come out again. You could maybe turn into a turning on your left. You might also use it if you want to reverse onto your driveway.
Oh, right.
Do you know any times when we can't reverse into a turning on the left or the right?
Onto my
to turn
driveway
around?
because I haven't got one.
Oh, right.
But I might get one.
Yeah. You can't, the places you can't do it, Tony, which we do the left steering wheel, Tony, so it's left hand at the top, and pull down with the left, push up with the
Do I have
right.
to stop at these red lights?
No, you don't, Tony.
How do you know you don't have to stop there?
You don't have to stop at these red lights because, if you notice, there wasn't a stop line, a white stop line across.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it does confuse people that. If it hasn't got the white stop line, it doesn't apply to us. Yeah, you can't do reverse around the corner if it's a one-way street. Do you know why we wouldn't do it in a one-way street?
I'll be on the wrong way.
That's it. And we can't do it, we can't reverse into a no-entry road. So we can't do that, it's against the law. And we shouldn't do it if it's from a minor into a major road. We're going to turn left.
Like from one of these roads into this road.
That's right, we can't reverse into it.
Why not?
The reason being is that traffic tends to be moving faster, tends to be more of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And we're going to turn right.
I'm going to turn right, please, Tony. So you can show me your steering. Just see which hand you're going to use. You can explain. Very good.
And we're going to turn left.
I'm going to turn that, please, Tony. That was very good with the steering there. You fed it back as well very nicely. So would you like me to hand that responsibility over to you for steering?
Yeah,
Great stuff, yeah.
And we're going to stop on the left here, just past the driveway.
And we're just going to stop on the left just past this driveway, please, Tony.
Right, it's going to be a right hand reverse into that road
Yep.
opposite where the kind of multicolour car is, yeah?
Righto.
Yeah.
Right, so Tony, what we're going to do is I'll go through a short brief with you, and sort of explain this.
Fred always says that you should really make sure your seatbelt's always straight on you.
Yeah, he is right. It shouldn't be twisted. That's correct, because it can dig into you. That's good. So we're going to be doing a reverse around the corner to the right into this road on the right hand side.
Yep.
So I'll just get the reverse left, reverse right, that's 4, reverse right. So what we do is, Tony, we'll imagine we're back here. This is the turning on the right here. We're going to drive slowly forward.
Yeah.
And then
Getting a creak on my neck here a bit.
oh yeah, sorry. Is it a bit of a? There we are. Is it a bit better there? Sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
That's better.
Yeah, we're going to reverse around this corner on the right, and we're going to consider if we need a signal. We'll put it on just after we pass this right-hand turn, so that people don't think we're turning into it. And then we'll look into the road, make sure it's clear enough to reverse back, so we've got enough room to go back about 6 car lengths. We're then going to pull over on the right, about a drain's width from the curb, and about 2 car lengths beyond the turning. And then when we stop, we'll then prepare the car. We'll put the car in reverse, and that's so we have the reverse lights on, so cars behind know what we're doing, and that's where we're going. So when we prepared the car, we'll do our observations. So we'll look all around the vehicle, make sure it's clear. It's very important we do observations, because you've got, children can run behind the car or run out of any of the houses. We'll also pick up a reference point to keep a drain's width from the curb, and we'll pick up one in the right door mirror. And then we're going to using our clutch control, we're going to reverse slowly back into this turning. When we get to a point of turn, we'll stop and do an all-round observations again, because the front of the car will be moving out, and then we'll reverse slowly into this road, constant observations, and just glancing in that door mirror to keep pass distance. And then when we get straight into the road, we'll pick up our straight line reversing point, and then we'll carry on reversing back about 6 car lengths.
Yep.
Before we move off, what we'll do is we're going to create a so there's the three main things we're looking for in this manoeuvre, Tony, is control of the vehicle, so that's keeping our speed nice and slow, so we've got time to look. Very important is our observations. That's probably the most important thing. We've got little children or anybody, pedestrians, so it's vital we keep an all-round observations and reasonable accuracy, so we keep about a drain's width from the curb. The reason we want that is because we don't want to be too far out, because we're blocking the road, and we don't want to be too near to the curb. We might hit the curb and could hit a pedestrian.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll create a bubble around the car. So if you see that white van on the right, no, go a bit further actually. You see the silver car on the left, further down, parked on the left.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What we'll do is, if we see any vehicles past that into our bubble,
Yeah.
then we'll stop, wait for them to pass, and then we'll do our observations again and then carry on.
Yeah.
And then this side we'll use I'm just trying to think what we need is fairly near. If we use, you see the telegraph pole behind us on the left,
yeah,
we'll use that, and if anything passes that into our bubble, again we'll stop, do our observations.
Oh, yeah.
We'll pick up a somewhere in that. Well, what we could do, you see the first house, brick house on the right there,
yeah,
into the new road. We can use that. Anything passes that into our bubble, then we'll stop and do our observations.
All right.
Also, pedestrians. If any pedestrians get near to the car, get close to us, we'll stop and wait for them to pass.
Yep.
See what they're going to do.
Yep.
Okay, Tony. So when you're ready, we'll drive slowly forward, and I'll put this away. So.
Is it okay if I have the window open?
Yes, that's a good idea actually, Tony, mentioning that. Do you know why? Can you give a reason why it might be a good
I
idea?
only want it open because I'm a bit hot.
Yeah, it is a bit hot. That's right. I might open mine. There's a good reason for opening it, though.
Is there?
What you can do, you can hear, which sometimes you can hear things before you even see
Oh, I
them.
never thought that.
Yes, that's quite a good idea, that, having the window open. So as we pass this road on the right, we're going to look into it, and is it nice and clear for us to do our manoeuvre?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that looks good. And then we'll consider a signal just as we pass the road. That's very good. And then if you put it on the right, about a drain's width from the curb, Tony. And about 2 car lengths beyond the turning. It's great stuff.
How do you know if you're a train's width?
Yeah, well, it's about the width of your steering wheel, the diameter of your steering wheel. You can use that. Oh yeah, so what we're going to do, Tony, that looks about a drain's width we've got now. You see where the can you pick up a reference point in at the right side of the car for the distance from the curb? See the front door handle? What sort of distance is that from the curb?
2 or 3 finger.
Yeah, so what you can do is
See the position I've got in front of me,
yeah.
where the curb cuts into the car.
Yes,
That's similar to what I use when I'm doing that left to centre. Can I use that as well?
Yes, you can.
Oh.
Yeah, you can use that. That's a good thing. Yeah, you can use the curb same way.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is, if you that reference point using the door handle, and it's about 2 finger widths. If you keep that the same distance away from the curb,
Yeah.
that should keep us about a drain's width away.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, Tony. So we're going to prepare the car.
Yeah.
So if we prepare, we're going to reverse
Yeah.
gear. I see you've gone into first gear there, Tony. It's important we go into reverse because the main reason is it puts our reverse lights on. So people, pedestrians and cars will know that we're going to go back. And the other reason is that when we're looking out the back window, if we're in a forward gear, the car could go forward while we're looking at the back, and there could be a little child running forward, go into that car just on the right
I've
there.
only done it once before.
Yeah.
Hang on, I remember.
Yeah, sure.
Lift that collar.
Excellent. And now we're going to set the gas. So we're on it.
You mean prepare myself?
Yeah, we're going to prepare
why not?
yourself, Tony. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. And so we're prepared, and because we're fighting against gravity, so we need gas and clutch.
Yeah, I've got it, yeah.
Great stuff. And then we're going to release the handbrake, please, Tony. So we're prepared to move. Okay, Tony. I noticed you haven't released the handbrake fully there. So where you can tell is if you see in the dashboard, there's a warning light. That steering wheel symbol, a little red warning
Oh,
light.
yeah.
Now that tells you the handbrake's still on. So we need that to be off. It's very important that we have the handbrake on.
It is on, you said.
Very important we have it off, the handbrake, because what can happen is if we start moving the handbrake on, we can wear the rear brakes,
Oh, right.
rear brake linings. So to find out that it's off, if you release the handbrake, you'll see that light go out, and that tells us it's now off. So the car's now prepared. So we're going to do our observations.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is,
I can see everything.
yeah, well, we've got these blind spots as well. So if you look, looking over to your right, can you see that blue car parked up with the door open in that new road? Can you see the blue car just there?
No.
With that person sitting in it, looking through the right window?
No.
Sorry, you can't see it.
Oh, I can, yeah. I can't see it in the car.
No, that's right. So that's one of our blind spots. So that could be a little child running out. And then, so we're going to start to our left.
I can't even see that driveway.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's right. So if you see that little bit of driveway there, you can see that as you look right, but you can't see it in your mirror. So it's important we do our blind spots, and we've also got a blind spot on the left. So do you see that silver car looking through the left window? Do you see this grey car on the driveway here?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
If you look in the left door mirror, can you see it in there?
No.
So that's another blind spot.
All right.
So what we'll do is we're going to start over on our left shoulder, and we're going to do all-round observations. So if you look over your left shoulder, Tony, so let's look over. So any cars coming? Any little children around?
No.
Looking along the pavement? Any pedestrians?
No.
Looking ahead? Any cars entering our bubble?
No.
Along the pavement, and then onto a right blind spot, Tony. Any little children?
No.
Pedestrians or anything like that? No. Okay, Tony. So we're going to we'll start moving very slowly backwards, using a nice tight clutch control.
I will deal with that roll. I will deal with that learning myself.
Right,
He knew what we were going to do.
Right. Yeah.
Looking.
That's right. So it's when we look at our blind spots, Tony.
Oh,
So to the right, that could be a little child could come running down the road, and then over to our left. So to our left blind spot, Tony. So it's important we keep looking all around, and then just glance.
Use this door handle.
Yeah. So just glancing in that right door mirror.
Yeah.
Keep that door handle the same distance, front door, same distance as you just picked up as a reference point.
It's nearly gone past it now.
So we're at the point of turn. We're coming up to the turn.
So I'll turn now.
So stop, Tony. I notice you're steering to the left. It's important that we steer right when we're going on a right
Yeah,
hand.
you're going backwards. You steer the opposite way, didn't you?
Well, I know. Yes, it's a bit confusing. So if you imagine we had a turning up ahead of us, which way would you turn the wheel if if there was a turning on the right ahead of us?
You're right.
So when you're going back, if you imagine the rear window is the front wheel and turn the steering wheel exactly the same way.
Front wheel.
Turn the steering wheel the same way.
Imagine the back window's a front wheel.
Yeah, as a front window.
Oh, front window. Oh, right. Oh, I get you. Yeah.
And then you turn the steering wheel exactly the same way.
All right. Yeah.
So we've sat here for a little bit now, Tony. So we just have to do our observations again.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, sorry about that. So that's good with the left blind spot, and then to the right, any little children. We're looking at little children or pedestrians, and then that's it. And are we reaching our point of turn now? Is the curve starting to move away from
There's loads of steering.
So yeah, you need to do quite a bit of steering here. So that's it. And so looking to your left, Tony, over your left shoulder. It's important we look over our left shoulder as well. So we keep constant observations to the left, to the right, and then using that door handle. It's important we still keep looking around us. That's it, over the left shoulder, and then over the right shoulder, Tony. You must look over the right shoulder. Got around that little child, little Johnny could be running out, and then use. And then when you look as if the car is, keep looking, Tony. Well done. So over the left shoulder. So he did enter our bubble, yeah. So when the car looks to be straight, so the way you can judge it is looking through the windscreen and look and compare it with the back window.
Oh.
Tell me when it starts to look as if the car's straight.
Is now.
And so now we can take the steering off. As your reference point in the back window, you know the straight line reversing point, Tony?
No, it's going over that way a bit.
It's going over that way. So what we need to do is we need to turn more. We need more steering to the right.
Loads.
Not loads, just slight steering movements.
Right.
So just slight. So we need to keep looking around us, Tony, and then glance that door mirror.
Well, I got my straight line reversing point now.
Oh, it's good. Now we can take the steering off.
Oh.
And it's important, Tony. Don't move yet. It's important we don't turn the wheel while the car's stationary, because we can damage the tyre treads and the steering mechanism of the steering wheel. So we have to be moving before we turn the wheel.
I think that's wet steering, isn't it?
Oh, they call it dry steering.
Right.
Nearly, though. That's nearly. Very good. And then as we're going back, keep that straight line reversing point, and also keep and check all around you, Tony. It's important you look through that right window, that right blind
keep that
spot.
door handle in the same place.
That's right. Keep that in the same place.
I do loads of steering to get there.
No, just minor steering adjustments to keep and just keep your glance, and then looking to over your left shoulder, Tony. Keep looking over your left, and then over to the right. Just glancing that right door door mirror. Very good.
I can see on the trains with.
That's very good. Good observations there. And we'll go back just a little bit more, and a bit more maybe because of this car on the left. Good observation. So remember that little child could come running out of the house. Very good. Looking all around, and you can stop there, Tony. That's great. Very good. That's very good, Tony. How did that feel? How did you feel that went?
Yeah, the next bit off.
Did you feel you learned something there? Would you like to have a go on your own this time? How much help would you like me to give you?
I would like to have a go on my own, but I'd be frightened of getting it wrong.
Well, so what I'll do is I'll keep an eye on as well, keep an eye on you, and I'll step in if you need any help. I'll give you a prompt if you need anything. So,
okay, I'll have a go on
yeah.
my own, I don't know, you're not going to let me injure anybody.
No, I'll make sure you're safe. What you do is, as you do the manoeuvre, just you can just tell me what you're doing, tell me why you're doing it.
Drain joint.
That's right. That's good.
Important to get reverse.
Yes,
So put the lights on and don't go that way.
that's very good.
And I've got to remember not to just use the mirrors, look all around me.
Yeah.
I've got to keep looking everywhere, haven't I?
Yeah.
Is it okay to stop to look?
It is. Yeah, you can stop. You want to have a look?
Oh, my door handle is looks like I need to follow it round now.
That's very good.
Yeah,
Good
it's easy-
observation.
It's easy when you can stop it, you can... you
That's
can't
right,
look,
yes. Yes, there's no harm in stopping to have a look. It gives you time to have a look, proper look. Things start to run away with you a bit. It's very important that, you know, the observations are good, you know, look sharp. So,
The front of the car looks straight and the
Yeah.
back looks straight. I've
Yeah.
got my straight on reversing point.
great stuff.
Take my steering off now.
That's it, yeah.
But I mustn't wet steer.
That's
Dry
right.
steer, sorry.
That's right.
Go back a bit. 6 car lengths, isn't it?
That's it. Tony,
Yeah.
just stop here for a minute. What's happening is there, you've got your foot on the foot brake, and it's important we don't have that foot on the foot brake because it's fighting against the clutch. Because you've got the clutch, got the clutch up, letting the car move. The brake's trying to stop the car. It's important you don't have that on the brake because it can burn the clutch out.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
I just thought I'd try and keep an extra bit of control in it.
Ah, yeah, yeah. So whenever we got the clutch up, we don't want the foot on the foot brake because they're fighting against each other. Very good. Good observations. Very good.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine, Tony. Well done. Lovely.
Oh, I'm knackered now.
That was very good.
Oh,
So, how did you think you did with your control of the vehicle, keeping the speed? How did you do your speed control?
I done well till I got around the corner, didn't I?
Yeah, that was just a minor thing with the
Um,
clutch and the foot brake. Did you feel you kept your speed under control? Did you gain a reasonably nice slow
Yeah, I
speed?
felt it juddering a bit as I was on the straight bit.
Yeah, it's only because you put your foot on the foot brake,
Yeah, I realised that.
and
yeah.
yeah, so it's fighting against the clutch.
Yeah.
and can burn the clutch out. How did you think you did with your observations? Did you feel it was good?
I looked everywhere.
Yeah,
I found it easy that I could stop and look.
Yeah, that's right. That's it. So you can always stop. I thought your observations are very good myself as well. And how do you think you've done with your accuracy?
I think
We
that's
keep it
darn
up?
good.
Yeah, I do as
Um,
well. Very good observation. Yeah, good accuracy.
You know, I followed it around all the way.
Yeah.
You keep looking round and
Yeah,
keep that drains with all the way. It's quite easy, isn't it?
yeah. I think you did it very well. Get your job done.
Yeah, my neck's a bit sore.
Yeah, yeah. But it's important to to do observations because children, a little child could run out. I thought it
Yeah.
was excellent. Yeah, well done.
Well done to you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't
Yeah.
too bad. Yeah.
Yeah. The ADI in the silver car, I did actually
Yeah.
kind of wave at him to let him know what we were doing.
Yeah.
But he decided to carry on anyway. So I was just trying to slow down the process here a bit
Yeah.
because I didn't really want to get to the corner into the corner at the same time.
Yeah. Both doing it together. Yeah.
But I got a feeling he just was oblivious to us.
Yeah. 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 That was.
But I didn't want to give the corner up because we would had to. Because the other corner we were going to use
Yes.
wasn't usable either. So
Yeah. One thing I was going to ask you. So, when we're going back, and when you're doing it the second time, am I relying on you with your observations and just watching you, or should I still be looking all around with you?
well, what's the agreement we've made?
We made the agreement that you're going to have a go on your own.
Yeah.
So as long as I'm watching your looking, that's enough, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
I mean, if I've said to you, I feel okay about the control, I feel okay about the accuracy, but I'm not too sure about the observation,
Yeah.
then you would need to come in and
I see.
say, well, would you like me? How much help do you want me from me with the observations?
So if you've said you're happy to try the whole thing on your own, including observations,
Yeah.
do I just concentrate on you?
Yeah, just
you're
watch because because we've made an agreement.
So if you're doing them correctly, I don't need to be looking around with you.
Yeah, I mean, you reassured me there that even though I'm doing it on my own, you will jump in and help me.
Yeah.
But I could have, a pupil could say to you, oh, I'm worried about
Yeah.
looking in the right places, or I'm worried about the accuracy or whatever. Whatever bit they're worried about, well then you can ask them how much help they want from you on that bit they're worried about.
Right. I see. Yeah.
And it would be important to give that help, yeah?
Yes.
That
I see what you mean. Yeah.
makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That is going to be very, very important that you practice that with real learners, when you qualify, because
Yeah.
that's client-centered learning. That's the way the standards check is carried out, and you're not only practicing for the standards check, you're practicing it for. It's a really good way to teach.
Right.
So
yeah.
do all
Yeah.
the lessons that way. Yeah.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we're trying to use it as much as we can on the Part 3 at the moment. So when you do pass and you do get called for a standards check, it's not completely alien to you.
Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah.
Well, I'll give them a pause.
That's it.
Any questions?
No, I can't think of anything else.